Hello and welcome to another Smaulgld live stream. Tonight is Thursday the 25th of October, getting deep into the fall. And tonight's topic, somewhere gold is having a great year. We're going to talk about that, but first let's talk about the so-so day that gold had. Gold down $2.50 today. Opened at decent level at 12.33, went to 12.39, fell down to 12.28, rebounded back to 12.31. So down $2.50 or 0.2%. But the big story today was the rebound on Wall Street. The Dow up 401 points, regaining 400 of the 600 points it lost yesterday. NASDAQ had an even bigger day. NASDAQ up 209 points or 2.95%, recapturing some of the 4% loss of yesterday. And the S&P 500 also rose about 50 points, and it regained about almost 2% of its 3% loss yesterday. So there was no follow-through yesterday or today from yesterday's big drop. So we didn't see any catch-up in the gold and the silver prices. So let's take a look at the silver prices, what happened today. So keep in mind, gold was down just $2.50 or down about 0.2%. Not a big loss today. Silver, not a big deal today either. It was down, but again, not by much. But it was down more than gold, so you know what that does to our gold-silver ratio is it makes the gold-silver ratio rise. So silver opened at 14.67, did manage to get up to 14.75, then took a big slide during the trading session and closed down about a nickel, but a nickel is a lot of money in silver. I mean, it looks like it's almost 1/3%. Even if it's relatively unchanged, and it closed at 14.62 at the moment. It's down to 14.60 in after-hours trading, and gold is down 10 cents to 12.31. So let's take a look at the gold-silver ratio. And I think we're going to be almost over, probably over 84 to 1. And yes, we are. We are at 84.3 to 1 on the gold-silver ratio, and it got as low as 83.65. I think silver was doing a little better at one point, but gold closed the day not down as much as silver, and that's pretty much typical price action. Generally, silver falls more than gold, and when they both rise a lot, silver rises more than gold, but we're not in that stage yet, and that's why we've seen, as the price of gold and silver have dropped from their highs in 2011, 12, and 13, that the gold-silver ratio has risen, because gold doesn't fall as much as silver historically, and even in recent history, and even in the last few days. That's just the way it is. And when the prices rise, unless the prices are rising for a prolonged period of time, silver doesn't rise as much, but when it does that spike. And as we've seen historically, the inevitable dive. All right, let's take a look now, though, at the Dow Gold Ratio. It's recouping some of its ground. As you can see here, we're at about 20.4 to 1. So you've got those lines, the gold line and the Dow line, struggling to get closer to each other, but after today, this chart shows up to the close of yesterday. You can see they are still quite divergent, and you can see way back in 2016, at one point, when the Dow wasn't as high and gold was higher, the Dow Gold Ratio was about 12.5 to 1, so it's pretty much gotten clobbered in the last 2 years. Not so much because the gold price has gotten clobbered, but because the stock prices have taken off, especially since the end of 2016 from Trump's election. All right, let's take a look now at tonight's topic. Yes, tonight's topic is somewhere gold is having a great year. Well, let's take a look at the year in gold in the United States versus the dollar. Now, if you look at that chart, you can see that we started the year around $1,320, and we're not there now. And the price did go up to about $1,360, and it went all the way down to $1,178. And right now, the price of gold is about $1,231. So gold is not having a great year in the United States or in US dollars. So where is gold having a great year? Well, let's take a look. Let's go to China. Everyone talks about China and the game-changing yuan and the gold-backed yuan. Well, in China, the gold price this year opened around 8,500 yuan. And it fell like it did in the United States. And at one point, it was down to about 8,000 yuan, 8,025 yuan. But recently, because of the slide in the yuan, the gold price has pulled back up to almost where it started the year on. Not a great year, but the year isn't over. We may yet see an increase this year in the price of gold in Chinese RMB, renminbi, yuan, gold-backed yuan, game-changing yuan, whatever you care to call the Chinese currency. So where is gold having a great year? Well, let's go over to Russia. Russia, with all that gold they're buying, let's see how the price of gold is doing in Russian rubles. Well, in January was 74,000 ruble by 1 ounce gold. Now it's at 81,000. So the price of gold in Russian rubles is having a pretty good year. Not a great year, but that's a decent increase from, let's say, 74 to 81. And at one point, it was at 85,000 rubles. But so it's up about 9-10% so far this year. Does that qualify as great? No, but it's good. Good for gold. Probably not good for the ruble. But remember, if Russia is turning in its rubles and getting gold, it's done well this year. So all the gold it bought earlier this year, in ruble terms, it bought it lower. And now the price has gone up. So they've done well to buy their gold. So where is gold doing great? Well, not in the United States. It's okay in China. Not bad in Russia. Let's take a look at Australia, mate. All right. Well, in Australia, gold's having a pretty good year too. Gold was $1,680 an ounce in January, and now it's at $1,740. So what does that mean? It's a good year. It's up about 3.5–4%. And there is your gold in Australian dollars. And one point, gold hit 1760. That's Aussie dollars. Now tomorrow I'll have all these charts up on Smaulgld.com. So if you want, you can go over there right now and subscribe. Now I'm not going to send out, I don't send out an email from every night's show. If you're aware of it, you just go to the website. But I do send out the week in review email and then other announcements for subscribers as well. So that was your Australian dollar. So where is gold having a great year, if not in Russia, China, the United States, and Australia? Let's head over to Turkey. Now in Turkey, I would say gold is having a very good 2 years. This year, when the year started, the price of gold was 5,000 lira. And now it's at 7,054 lira. It had gotten as high as about 8,300 lira per ounce of gold. But right now, this year, gold is up about 28-30% on the year, and that's because the Turkish lira had a very poor year this year so far. You can see gold is gold, but currencies are not all equal. And then they're all based on, yes, they're fiat, but they have relative strengths. And obviously, the ones where gold is doing better means that the currency is doing worse. Gold doesn't perform. A lot of people think gold performs. It's basically the currencies that either underperform or overperform relative to each other or to gold. Let's see, where else is gold having a great year? How about India? Well, the Indian rupee is having a very bad year this year. And earlier in the year, you could have purchased an ounce of gold for about 83,000 rupee, and now that's going to cost you 90,000 rupee. So you're looking at a increase this year in Indian rupees of about 8.5%. But now we're going to get to some, I think we got two more. I think we're going to save the best for... Okay, so let's look at Brazilian real. One of the BRICS. The BRICS have had it. They're going to crush the dollar along with South Africa and India and Russia and China, the BRICS. Well, there's the Brazilian real versus gold. Opened the year around 4,100. Went all the way up to 5,000 real. And right now is sitting around 4,600. So not a bad year for the gold and the real, up about 13%. And finally, let's go down to Argentina, Buenos Aires, and let's check out how we're doing versus the Argentine pesos. Las Malvinas son Argentinas. Okay, here we are. Well, if you're gold, you're happy to be gold in Argentina. You're far more expensive in peso terms. Opened the year at 26,000. Got as high as about 48,000. And right now is at about 46,500. What does that mean in terms of percentage? Up 77%. Porciento. That is up 77%. That is your winner. Gold is having a very great year in Argentina. All right, let's go over the comments and see what we got. We got two comments. Because people did not want to hear tonight where gold was having a great year, but I guess they knew it wasn't having a good year in the United States, or I guess it's the dollar. Probably would have been better off with gold set to skyrocket globally. We would have attracted more visitors. All right, well, Miser says, Amazon missed revenues. I missed that announcement for the third quarter announced after the close. I wonder what that's going to do to the... Is NASDAQ... Are they on NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange? I'm not sure. But let's take a look at, excuse me, the pre-market futures. Well, they're down. So that must have had some impact on the futures for tomorrow. And Amazon drops on revenue and guidance miss. Okay, so in the after hours, they did fall. And Tom Manley says, Guten Abend or Buenos tardes. No, not Buenos tardes. Buenos de verdad. Okay. Amazon's third quarter earnings beat street estimates, but its revenue and fourth quarter outlook fell short of expectations. Excuse me, you have to be careful about fourth quarter outlook because the quarter just started and we don't know how Christmas is going to go. Even Amazon probably doesn't know. But if revenues fell short, that's probably a problem. But Amazon stock dropped 9% in after hours trading. So that's probably pulling down the indices. And Tom Manley is here and he says good evening. And I'm going to say good evening. If we don't have any other comments or questions tonight, we'll make it a short night tonight. Maybe one of the shortest we've ever had. So, thank you very much. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Make sure you're back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And while you've got the chance, go over to a BitChute and sign up there to the Smaulgld channel. Also subscribe to Smaulgld.com. Check us out, or check me out on Twitter, Facebook, if you still use it. minds.com. Gab now is on gab.com instead of gab.ai. All right. Well, we'll see you all tomorrow. And if you're interested in purchasing gold or silver, again, not investment advice to do it. You can do so through the Smaulgld site or below the links below this BitChute or YouTube. And Smaulgld gets a small commission, but you pay no more, no less than if you visited those affiliate links, ST Bullion, Money Metals Exchange, and Golden Eagle Coin. So please check those out. Thank you very much. Remember, tomorrow these charts will be all available for your viewing pleasure at your leisure on Smaulgld.com. Thanks for listening.